Truett, and I want you to know that also I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience.
I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency.
Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
That's what the question in this campaign is about. It's not only what's your philosophy and what's your position on issues, but can you get things done? And I believe I can.
You said in the Rose Garden, the day after the attack, it was an act of terror. It was not a spontaneous demonstration. Is that what you're saying?
Please proceed, Governor.
I want to make sure we get that for the record, because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
Yeah, I'm glad.
That is just not accurate. I was against it once it was finally negotiated and the terms were laid out. I wrote about that in...
You called it the gold standard. You called it the gold standard of trade deals. You said it's the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, Donald, I know you live in your own reality, but that is not the fact.
Take two. I'm registered to vote, and I'm really excited to see how this election pans out November 8th.
After watching the presidential debate, I'm just sickened, and I don't want to really vote for either of the candidates.
I'm registered to vote, and I submitted my ballot. I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. She beat Trump in all of the debates by far. I believe in what she has to say about education, about everyone coming together and working together as a country, and everything she wants to do for our society and her experience. She has way more experience, and honestly, she's a phenomenal candidate.
Oh, you know, the Great Recession was caused by too much regulation. Arf, 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 you know?
After watching the presidential debates, I'm voting for Donald Trump, and I am registered.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. I tell you that. Obama is going to be out playing golf. He might even be on one of my courses. I would invite him. I actually would say. I have the best courses in the world, so I'd say, you know what, if you want.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
But you've also had some big failures. And let's go straight.
No, I don't think I've had big failures. Donald Trump has always been very, very successful. And so when you say failures, I don't think I've had failures, but let's go ahead. Ask me about a couple.
Okay, Trump hotels and casinos filed for bankruptcy protection 3 times in 6 years.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Very simple.
Isn't that a failure?
Not really. I mean, look, it worked out very well for me. It was very successful.
A rapist.
I can just say this. More people are in this country right now illegally than ever before. I will build a better wall, and I'll build it for cheaper, and Mexico will pay, if that's your next question.
Yeah, how do you get Mexico to pay?
Because they are ripping us left and right.
But
Mexico.
how do you make
By the
them
way,
pay?
I love the Mexican people. Many Mexican people work for me. Many Mexico people I do business with. They purchase things for me, like apartments, et cetera, et cetera. I have great relationships with Mexico and with the Mexican people. I love the Mexican people. I love their spirit.
I'm going to talk to you while I was recording. So, you're registered to vote, but why aren't you going to vote?
Me personally, I'm not registered. I'm registered to vote, but I'm not voting.
Oh my God.
Just because of the fact that I don't feel like neither candidate is properly fit to be president of the United States. Both of them are extremely racist. Why would I choose one over the other? Just because one feel like one would be less racist than the other. That don't make sense to me at all.
What about you? Are you going to vote in this election?
Yeah, I'm going to vote. I'm voting for Hillary because my only other choice is Trump, and I can't go that way.
Okay. What about you?
I was going to say basically the same thing you said, pretty much. I don't really support either candidate too much, but if I had to pick, I guess I had to go for Hillary because I feel like she would put the country in a better position than Trump would.
Did you guys watch the presidential debate?
Yeah, I did. It was just
a shit show.
It was. That was basically just like me and one of my little brothers arguing. Like there really wasn't no debate at all. Like I could have did better than that, and I don't know anything about politics at all.
And